All right, welcome back, everyone. Today, we're taking a close, critical look at a book that really tries to take a bulldozer to the fitness industry's mountain of misinformation. And that book is Not a Diet Book by James Smith.
So, have you ever just felt like you're completely drowning in fitness advice? It's everywhere, right? One person tells you breakfast is everything, the next one says you've got to skip it. Go keto. No, wait, go vegan. It feels like this endless storm of conflicting info that's basically designed to keep you confused and honestly to keep you buying the next big thing. And you know, James Smith argues that this confusion, it's not an accident. He paints this really stark picture of a totally broken fitness industry, one that actually profits from keeping you guessing. It's this Wild West, right? You've got influencers with amazing physiques but zero qualifications, pushing supplements that don't work and diets that are impossible to stick with. And the worst part? When it all falls apart, you're left feeling like it's your fault?
Okay, so that's the problem he's identified. And his solution, his response, is this book. He positions Not a Diet Book as this aggressive counterpunch. The mission here is pretty clear, to just dismantle all that misinformation and start fresh, building everything on one singular, powerful truth. I mean, the title really says it all, doesn't it? The point of this book isn't to hand you yet another complicated set of rules to follow. No, the whole idea is to give you the fundamental knowledge of how fat loss actually works. Once you have that, you start to see that all these different fad diets, they're pretty much just noise.
So what is this big secret? What is this one foundational truth he's talking about? Well, the whole book revolves around this central idea that Smith calls the principle. And he makes a pretty bold claim that this is the only thing you really need to get your head around for sustainable fat loss. Okay, so Smith lays out his whole argument with a really simple model. He says, look, over here you have the consumer, that's us, and way over there you have the principle, the actual engine of fat loss. But what's standing in the middle, blocking the path? All these different methods. And by methods, he means all the diets you've ever heard of. Keto, paleo, intermittent fasting, you name it.
So what is this all-important principle?
It's a calorie deficit. That's it.
So simple, right? According to Smith, this isn't a theory, it's a non-negotiable law of physics when it comes to fat loss. He argues that literally every single diet that has ever worked, for anybody ever, only worked because it found a way, either obviously or sneakily, to put them in a calorie deficit.
And that right there is the entire mission of the book. It's designed to help you just walk right past all those confusing methods and get you straight to the principle. It's like once you actually understand how the car's engine works, you stop getting fooled by a shiny new paint job. You get the power back. You can build something that works for you. All right, so this is where it gets really fun. Because once you have this one core principle in your toolkit, it's like you've got these X-ray glasses that let you see right through all the industry nonsense. So let's do a little rapid-fire myth-busting, James Smith style.
So what about the classic breakfast is the most important meal of the day? Smith's take? It's not magical. He reframes something like intermittent fasting as just skipping breakfast. It's a tool, that's all. It's a strategy to help you control your total daily calories. If it works for you, awesome. But if you wake up ravenous, then for goodness sake, eat breakfast. The timing doesn't matter nearly as much as the total number at the end of the day.
Okay, what about the dreaded starvation mode? Smith basically calls us out as a huge misunderstanding. He says your metabolism isn't just grinding to a halt. It's adapting, it's smart. Think about it. As you get lighter, you are literally a smaller human. You need less fuel to run, and you probably move a bit less without even noticing. So that calorie number that used to be a deficit, well, it might just be your maintenance now. It's not a mystery, you just need to adjust. And here's the big one, right? Carbs make you fat. We've all heard it. But Smith argues that carbs are not the bad guy here. He says the reason low-carb diets seem to work is because they're a really, really easy way to accidentally create a calorie deficit. I mean, if you suddenly cut out all bread, pasta, rice, and potatoes, well, of course you're eating fewer calories. The fat loss comes from that deficit, not because carbs are somehow uniquely evil. Okay, so that's the core argument of the book in a nutshell. Now, let's shift gears a little. We're gonna step back and offer our own analysis and critique. Because as simple and powerful as this idea is, we have to ask, where does it hold up and where might it fall a little short? So on the one hand, the book's biggest strength is its simplicity. It's a single, clear message in a sea of confusion, and that is so empowering. But that same simplicity can be a limitation. In our view, by zeroing in so heavily on calories, it can sometimes feel like it overlooks the other important pieces of the puzzle. Things like hormones, sleep quality, and how different foods affect your hunger levels. And then there's the tone. Smith's very direct, no BS style is fantastic for some, it's refreshing. But for others, it might feel a bit too aggressive, especially if you're looking for a gentler kind of guidance. So here's our crucial takeaway on this. We think this book is best viewed as a powerful foundation. It's almost like a deep programming manual. It's designed to just wipe the slate clean of all the garbage the fitness industry has been feeding you for years. It gives you an incredibly solid base to build from, but it's important to remember that it is a base, not the entire skyscraper of nutritional science. All right, so with all of that on the table, let's get down to the bottom line, the verdict. Who is this book actually for? Should you read it? Look, you should absolutely pick up this book if you are just plain frustrated. If you're tired of the conflicting advice and the fad diets, and you just want a simple, science-backed foundation to stand on. If you like a direct, no-bull approach and you want to feel like you're finally in the driver's seat of your own fitness journey, then yeah, this book is for you. On the flip side, you might want to consider other resources if you fall into a few different camps. For example, if you're a competitive athlete with really specific needs, or you're someone who wants to do a super deep dive into nutritional biochemistry, and obviously, if you have any complex medical conditions that need specialized advice, or you just know you respond better to a softer, more reassuring voice, this probably isn't the one. And of course, just a reminder that this has been our commentary and analysis. To really get the full picture and all the details from James Smith himself, we absolutely encourage you to go out and read the original book. In the end, the book really lives up to its name. We think its real success is that it's not just another list of rules to follow. It's a tool that helps you understand the why. It's a whole new framework for thinking about this stuff. And that's why we'd say, no, this really isn't a diet book. It's an empowerment manual. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. If you got some value out of this breakdown, please subscribe to our ThinkMuscle channel for more sports videos.